Hi, Michelle here from Travelling Over 60. Thanks for joining me on this part of our adventure. We're in Hawaii. We're about to hop on Ovation of the Seas and sail from Hawaii through French Polynesia, where we'll stop at Papeete, Raiatea, Moorea, across to New Zealand with Auckland, Bay of Islands, and then home to Sydney, Australia for us. But first, let's have a look at the International Cruising Terminal in Hawaii, Pier 2. Okay, we've finally arrived. We're getting ready to get on to our cruise ship. We came in here. It was only about a 20-minute drive from the Park Shore Hotel. And then we've just driven straight down in here, come down here, and we no sooner opened the back of the car and these great workers, they just grabbed the bags off, they had them on these trolleys and off they went. So no fuss once you arrive here at the terminal. And I'll show you when we go inside. We're a little bit early for the moment, but we're going to just have a bit of a look around outside before we go through. Okay, you can't really see the ship from here, it's covered over. But I'm sure I'll have a spot probably in Papeete where I'll be able to show you the ship. This is where we've come to, is Pier 2 Passenger Terminal. If you happen to get dropped off on this side of the road, there's a whole lot of buses here. We've got a crossing, the road's flat, everything around here is flat, so no trouble getting your suitcases, unless it's like mine, it was very heavy. But they just lifted it up. He said he's been doing it all day, so he was very happy no matter what the weight was. Okay, we're going to try and see if we can get in through the door. Just got to wait here, and then I'll show you once we get inside. So there's some people booking their bags in there. It says inside the terminal. Seems really easy. If you look down there, you can see that they're all lined up. It says security check-in. We'll go through security. We've got to go through and show them all our paperwork, our boarding pass and everything, which I imagine's down that way as well. So I just went down and asked one of the great helpers from around here, told them that our transport's brought us here quite early, and they've told us we can check in. We're half an hour early. Okay, if you get the key, you will be able to miss going backwards and forwards through all this. These people have the key. They're going straight down and having priority check-in. Aloha.
Good morning.
Okay, we've been through security. We came through. We're just walking through to check in. And aloha. Down here is check in. They're all waving, so they must want us to go that way. Let's go down and see. I'm just going to follow hubby. He's reading signs, I hope, while I'm videoing. Okay, we go here, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, we're through. We're going. Look, here we go. Can't really see too much, but that's it. Aloha! Thank you! Well, that was nice. Now we've just got to find guest services. Hi.
You know what to do, where to go?
No. So as soon as you step on the ship, there's somebody there making sure you know where to go and what to do, which was really nice. Now for us, we needed to find our way to guest services. I had medication that needed to go straight into a fridge that they had arranged to be put into my room. Now your rooms aren't ready as soon as you get on board, so they arranged for somebody to come and take us to our room, and I got to put that medication straight into the fridge. But we couldn't leave any bags or anything, so we still had those with us. Okay, we're on board. We've been greeted with a lei. Now we're looking for our muster station. We've done all the online stuff. We just need to check in at our muster station, which is this way. We're walking this way. Of course, we came in the wrong door. We're just walking up to where they are now, and then we'll line up. Do the right thing. Don't skip that video on safety. Make sure you watch the safety video. Make sure you go to muster, check in, ask any questions you need to, and know what you have to do in case of an emergency. I know all about it. If you haven't already seen my video, Fire on Board the Pacific Adventure, go across to my channel, watch it, and why not subscribe while you're there? Give me a thumbs up. Here we are, Deck 9, Room 150. You get a card to put in here for your aircon, and it's got a big size switch to turn on lights. All the switches are that great big size, which is great. Okay, so we're inside now. We're coming in this way. So over this way, that's where the bathroom's going to be. Wardrobe. We've got a couch in our room and a full-length mirror here, which is really good. That's my little fridge that's for my medication. Now, over here, this is the bathroom. Let's have a look. The main thing you have to remember about bathrooms on a ship is that step. That's a huge hazard. That step, if it's early in the morning and you're not thinking and you just kick that, you'll fall straight down over that step. So there is a sign on the door to remind you. Make sure you're lifting your feet. Let's go in and have a look at the bathroom. So this is the bathroom. It's a pretty decent size. It's got your vanity. They give you some cups if you want them. Here's our spray that we've brought with us, and some shelving there. And I think up the top here, let's have a look, is outlets. If you've got a shaver or something, you've got an outlet there. Now I've put another hook there in case I decide I want that for my shower cap or whatever, but I'm not sure if I'll use that or not. Now, one thing I love, it's a glass screen. I hate those material curtains. So a nice clean glass screen. And in the shower, there's hooks up there that you can hang things on. It's got a little shelf where you can put bits and pieces in there, your soaps or whatever else you want. But if you don't bring your own soap, they do supply an all-in-one. Another pet hate of mine. It's a hair, body wash, everything. I don't know how they think that works, especially with long hair, but I always bring my own anyway. Now, for those that might be a bit wobbly, or even when the ship's rocking, you've got a railing to hold. There's a foot rest there. And then of course we've got our taps, which you just twist that way. And your temperatures on this side here. Up the top, just to show you, you can take that off and use it as a handheld one. It's a decent size shower rose there. No clothesline in here, so that they don't have a clothesline. Another hook just outside here, and then just let me reach the door. We've got two hooks here that my husband and I have hung our toiletry bags on. They just hang on the back of the door like that. They're out of the way. My hat that I brought with me is can also hang there, and you've still got spaces for towels. Now, if you want extra towels, you can always ask for extra towels. But pretty much, this is the bathroom. It's not very big, but no ship bathroom is very big. So, and then we just step outside. And that's the bathroom. Now, just before we move on to talk about the desk and everything, yes, as soon as I came into the room, I got my antiseptic wipes out. I wiped everything over before I even started videoing. It works for me. Now, the desk here is a decent size for us to lay out all our things that we need to charge. It's got a big mirror, and just showing you, it has points. This one's for around the mirror if you're putting makeup on, and this one is just for the lights internally. Okay. And one thing I did forget to tell you, to pack. Now, on a cruise ship, I've never been on a cruise ship where they don't play bingo. You need bingo dabbers. Now, you can always buy them, but if you've been on a cruise before and you play bingo, bring along your bingo dabbers. Now, back to the serious stuff. I requested a sharps box because I have some medication where I have sharps, and this is the little sharps box that they give you, which is great, and a fridge. So this is the fridge that you get. It's like a fridge box, plugged in, and it runs all the time. I'm just going to show you inside. It's a tight lid, and that's inside. Now, it's not very big. I left these in to show you the sizing. So that's just a very small ice brick, as you can see, fits in my hand. Now, remembering this is mainly for medication. So as you can see, not very big. I'll place my hand in there. That's about the size of it, but it is very cool in there. Keeps it at fridge temperature. So if you have medication that you need to be kept at fridge temperature, ring ahead to whatever cruise line you're traveling on and book it, and they'll make some arrangements for you. Let's come in a bit further. There's a desk, a chair. I think this desk pulls out too if you wanted to sit at it and eat a meal. You can pull it up to the couch and put the chair on the other side, and then two of you can eat a meal if you get room service. Now, I wanted to show you this. Of course, this is my anniversary trip, but I wanted to let you know that if you have a birthday or an anniversary or something, make sure you let them know that we got this lovely little piece of cake, and they all came and sang to us, and it was just a really beautiful touch. Now, back to this stuff. We've got charging points. We've got ours in charging already. So I'm just seeing, there's the outlet. We've got our universal power points that we put in. And then they have these ones as well. And then the switches for the lights. But again, just cover up my beautiful cake. We have our universal plugs, all right? My envelopes have a nice little spot there. Don't forget, if you're going to tip any of them, bring a pen to write a note or something. We've got our little notepad that I've left a little note for the man that does our cabin, so I can show you the special things he's done for us. We've got our magnets up there that we use. It's got our tour tickets, information from the ship, and our receipt. Now, the other place you can put some magnets is here. If you'd prefer for your shore excursion tickets to go on a clip and leave them there, it's a little Little sort of an area there where you can put bits and pieces in. Maybe your envelopes, your pens and things like that. But we found that they were fine with these. Over where the desk was, just up here, this is where we see them when we get ready in the morning. For our drink package, we got 2 cups that came with it, and we can take it up and fill it up with soft drink, and or even just to bring water into the room. There's a kettle to be able to make coffee and that in the room. In the drawer here, you get tissues, but here's the hairdryer, and it's been perfectly fine for me. I've used it, and because I've had the keratin done on my hair, I just need to dry it off a bit, and it's been fine. In here we have our fridge. It's just a small fridge. I'm not even sure which way it opens. There we go. Just a small fridge that you could put a bottle of water in, a few little bits and pieces if you want. Okay, we've got all these drawers. Now let's check the magnets I brought with me. Yep, they magnetise to the wall. Now right here near the door, we've put up our magnets that we brought, and perfect spot for the lei they gave us and our lanyards. So as we walk out the door, we see them and then just put them on and don't forget them. Just looking at the lanyards and the sea passes. If you've watched my previous video, I talked about how not all sea passes have a hole in it to clip onto your lanyard. These ones, I went and bought the new plastic sleeves. Sea pass fits perfectly. A few bits and pieces of information on the back of the door. Make sure you always have a read of that. It'll tell you where your muster station is. Also gives you your do not disturb sign. Now I just want to show you what else we did with the magnets. Come down here. There's a little gap in between where the balcony doors are and our room. We put a magnet up here, and the clothesline that I brought with me, hopefully you've watched my packing video, and then another magnet up the top here. We hooked our clothesline up. We hung just a few things, not too many or it falls down. And then we could open the balcony door, and with the breeze coming through, it dried our washing. It worked great for us. Let's go out and have a look at this balcony. It's a really decent size. Took me a minute to find out how to open the door, but the handle has to be straight down to pull the door open. If you're travelling with children, there is a child lock on it. Instructions there just in the door jamb on how to do it. The other thing, a really big hazard if you're stepping out onto this balcony, make sure you look down because there is a big step to step over. Coming out on the balcony, wow, what a view. There's a chair. It has a little footstool. You can either have that out to put your feet up, or you just push it underneath if you're just sitting. Little table to put your drink on. And of course there is another chair there. We sometimes did use the chair to lay a t-shirt. If we washed out a t-shirt, we just laid it on the chair and it dried really well. So here we go. This is the view. It's just great. Now we're lucky enough, we have a roof over the top of this balcony, but not all balconies have that. So keep in mind they might be hot, but this one wasn't. Now if you're travelling with someone in the cabin next door, you can make arrangements to get that panel that is in between the balcony there. They can unlock that, and then you'll be able to go to and fro through the balconies there. Maybe if you've got teenage children or something in the balcony beside you. Last look at Hawaii before we leave. Such a beautiful day. Let's go back inside and see what else is inside. Our hooks on the wall for our hats. There's another hat over there. Decent sized TV. The curtains are really good to block out the light. I know lots of people want to have a blacked out room, and when you have a balcony, They say that quite often you get light that comes through. But if you can see, it is still daylight outside, but nearly dark. You can bring clips and clip it here all the way up if you want it to be completely black. We haven't had a problem with it. We just close it over. Now, beside the bed, we have little bedside tables, little drawers where we can put bits and pieces in. There is an outlet there and a switch for all the lights. The little lamps above the bed there, they have their own little separate switch. Beautiful big bed. And this is what our fellow that's been doing our cabin steward, this is what he made for us. I do sit closer so it creates a heart. Like that. Which was a really nice touch as well because he knew it was our anniversary. And then we've got a wardrobe, drawers underneath, and like I said, a couch here as well. This is a look in the drawers. I've got all my bits and pieces in the top one with the containers and bags and all our sunscreen and things like that. First aid kit. And here's my packing cubes. They're just packed straight in the drawer. There's another one. I just unzipped the top, folded it back, and then they're placed in the drawer. And when I'm ready to pack them up again, I just bring this over, zip it up, place it in my suitcase, and we're packed. Here's a look inside the wardrobe that's beside the bed. That's the bed there. By the way, I've got a little cupboard with little nooks as well, telephone, but no outlet beside my bed. Okay, we've got little compartments there where you can pack shirts and things, or your packing cubes, and there's a safe. Now, if my husband used packing cubes, he would have them in there, but he doesn't use packing cubes. This is the only full-length hanging they had, and that certainly is not enough space for me to be able to fit all my dresses in, so I took the other cupboard. Let's have a look inside the wardrobe before I pack anything in it. There's a laundry bag there if you want laundry done by the ship. Plenty of hangers. It's quite a large space from here to here, but it has that double hanging in it, which is going to make it awkward to hang all my dresses. They'll fit, but that railing's going to be in the way. Let's have a look after I fill it. Here's a look in the other wardrobe. As you can see, it has the double hanging. I wished this could be removable in some way so that if you did have all hanging dresses, that you wouldn't have to hang them like this. They're all getting creases right here where this rack is, this rod here. So it's just what it has to be. Personally, I prefer the ones that you get. It's like a walk-in wardrobe you get on P&O cruises. I really like that sort of a wardrobe rather than these. To me are like a little cupboard. Packing cubes do fit down on the bottom, but otherwise my packing cubes are in the drawers. Here's a look at the safe. It's not very big. It wouldn't fit a laptop. It didn't fit my large iPad in there, but you could put your phone, your wallet, keys, passports, and that's pretty much all we kept in it. Above the bed here, on both sides, we have more storage up there. I've packed up there the winter clothes that I may not access till the end of the trip, and just my makeup and bits and pieces. But plenty of storage for all your things. Remembering this cruise is 18 days, so we've managed to pack everything away. Now we've finished unpacking. We're going to zip up our suitcases. We have these hard shell ones, and in some smaller cruise ships, sailing ships like our last one, these hard shell cases don't fit anywhere. You've just got to leave them hanging around against the wall. But in most big cruise ships, you can zip them up most of the time and fit them under the bed, or you can open them out flat if you need to. But we've zipped it up to see if it fits. And yes, it fits. You would fit two here, but we put one this side and one the other side. And that's our room. Plenty big enough because we're not in the room very much at all. Now this might be the only thing wrong with the room. This is our room. And then this is a crew section. It's very noisy, but it's day one. They're bringing all the bags on. I'm hoping after that it'll be quiet. Okay, fast forward to the end of the cruise. We never heard any other noise other than day one when they brought all the suitcases up. Even when they came and took the suitcases away, we still didn't hear that. Another note, on the left-hand side of the picture there, my husband is walking through a doorway. That is the doorway that took you to the stairs and the lifts. And we never heard any noise from that either. It was a perfect room. Now we're all unpacked. We're ready for the sail away party. We say our last goodbye to Hawaii, for the next adventure is about to begin. Off we go, starting cruising. We have 6 days straight cruising before we hit our first port. I hope you've liked this video. Maybe it was helpful to you. If it was, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell. You'll be notified when I put the next part of my adventure up. Just when we thought everything was smooth sailing, there was an emergency on board. So come along and join me on the rest of this adventure to find out what happened.